Precisely Nowhere. Today we're talking about long distance relationships. What actually helps them work, what makes them hard, and what lessons we've learned along the way. If you've been around, you already know of him. Marco. He's back for round 3.
Happy to be back. Thanks for having me back on the show. Hey.
I am trying so hard to not smile too wide because I am recording this a week after I got a gum graft, which I talked a little bit about in one of my recent episodes. Super happy to have Marco back, and I'm excited for today's episode. We've been through the long distance dating phase, the FaceTimes, the airport pickups,
Yeah, I'll be diving into that.
reunions, and the "are you falling asleep on the phone" moments, or in my case,
I knew when you were asleep.
in my case, oh my god, I think I fell asleep again moments. Also, I remember waking up mortified, like, oh my gosh, I wonder. I don't even remember when I dozed off in the
Never
conversation.
a big deal. And I would send you a text, but I would hang up and go to sleep myself, just in case you woke up. Like, hey, so I hear that you're asleep. I'm gonna call you in the morning.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't help myself at times. We would talk into the late hours, and I was an hour ahead. I think
Yeah,
Eric's
so
an hour ahead Central Time.
yeah.
So sometimes I would just get real tie. I would get so comfy in my bed, but those were fun moments, and despite all of the ups and downs, we've come out stronger most days.
Yeah,
And
definitely stronger most days. Yeah, there were days where we had to take a beat. Okay, we're gonna revisit this, but we need a clear head.
yeah,
Yeah, so
for sure.
tough times, but we got through it.
Yeah, lots of good moments too,
Mm-hmm.
just like life. So, in today's episode, we're sharing the real tips, stories, and shifts that helped us grow individually and together while living miles apart. I am not sure how many miles apart New York and Chicago are. The universe has a way of bringing opportunities in our lives, and we can say yes to them, stay open and be curious, or we can say no to them. And I was in that phase of life where had taken a new leaf of saying yes to the universe, especially if it's something that I've been looking for. And so I'm very excited that Marco fell
Here I am.
into my
Lap.
lap. Yo, he did the work. He did the work, but
You started saying yes, and then the universe cracked down.
oh my god, this is so hard because I want to laugh like hysterically out loud, and I have to keep it together because of this thumb graph. So I can't wait to record the next one when I'm fully recovered. This is going to be a fun episode if you can't tell already, and we are getting into it. Marco, officially welcome back to the pod. We're happy to have you here. And we are going to set the scene for everyone. Going back in time a bit, quick recap of where we were living and how long we were long distance. I mentioned I was living in New York City. He was living in Aurora, hiding away from me. I love Aurora. That's where we were. And we were long distance for the first year. Learned a lot, and I actually really enjoyed it. There were moments where I was like, all right, I really miss you and I would love to see you like every day. Don't sleep on long distance relationship when you're falling in love like that.
Yeah, I feel like long distance relationships really get a bad.
They definitely get a bad rep. People are like afraid of them. And
I just remember growing up, like, oh, she or he lives in a different state in a town that's 2 hours away or whatever, and everyone immediately in unison thought the same thing. It's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work. It's not
yeah,
gonna work. It might. I don't know.
I had a boyfriend at a different high school when I was in high school, So I feel like even back then, dating someone from a different high school felt like a long distance relationship.
Yeah, we teenagers. What the heck did we know?
Oh yeah, because you're like, oh my, you can't see them every day, like just
How would you
it's
go
that puppy
wrong?
love
There you go.
infatuation phase, and I've seen a lot of long distance relationships work.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I am a believer in them. Every individual is different. It's all about the work you put into it. And even then, sometimes it doesn't work out. But I do encourage people to give it a chance, even if you thought, I would never. Maybe just if you really do want to find a life partner, staying open to what the universe might offer you, because it might not be exactly how you want it.
It may not be exactly how you want it, but you never know. Maybe that person lives in like an awesome dope place, and like visiting is / your vacation.
As he speaks from personal experience.
You are like, there's so much to do there. It was so fun. I met so many great people.
I know. And I had an awesome apartment. I mean, I was living my dream. So I'm glad we got to live it together.
Me too. Yo, your apartment was dope. It was so cool. I mean,
Our
well, I mean, we're talking about the beginning, right? Where
Yeah.
it was still,
was still mine. Yeah.
yeah, still yours. It was a great apartment.
Thank you. I loved
Awesome.
that place. It has a special place in my heart.
Same.
What were your expectations going in?
Going in?
Because I had some low expectations, not gonna lie. Like, I went into it with optimism and knew if it was going to work, I wasn't going to need to like dim my light, and
Yeah.
this person, like, you were gonna hopefully embrace my authentic self because that's who I was bringing. And I knew it was going to take effort on my end to visit eventually if it worked out after we like got to know each other, like on like text and FaceTime and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um yeah, those were some of my expectations.
Same, actually. I had low to no expectations going into this, but just excitement. I was ready for an adventure. And plus, to my best friend that introduced us, he does his homework. He's not the type that's like, you're single, you guys should date. Like, no, he does the groundwork. So when he told me about you, I was like, hey, I know you do your homework, so I trust you completely. But yeah, going into it, no expectations. Plus, I really wanted to see my best friend. When he texted me, he's like, I need you in New York tomorrow.
Yeah. And he's so sweet.
He is.
He knows she's a catch. He is my fairy godmother. I love him. I wanted someone ready and willing to build a life with me because that's what I was ready for. And I love that you are that.
Aww.
Didn't expect that at the beginning, but I love that that's where it's.
Where it landed.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I was dating with intention and having been in relationships with people that unfortunately didn't accept me entirely, you know? So I didn't want to trip over the same rock, but I also didn't want to put on, you know, a whole production just for a person.
Like a facade.
Yeah, so I went like with my authentic self.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't come like full throttle, like in your face type deal, but I was like, I'm just gonna give you me.
Yeah. I love that. You really have to as a human, I think, if you want to build a relationship that from its foundation you're being true to yourself. Don't be afraid to be who you are, and hopefully the right person will see that and embrace that and not make you dim your light.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, today, day by day, I still get excited to talk to you, but I was ready to just get to know you as a person. You know,
Yeah.
I was ready to let you know about me. You know, nerd out on things that I really, really am passionate about, but hear the things that you nerd out on. And when you started talking like interior design, fashion, you started talking about your family. It just, man, drew me in more and more and more.
Thanks, Sunny. Yeah, I was definitely in a place where I was ready to show someone my authentic self. Because I think in the past I had dimmed my light and I did put up with things sometimes where I look back and I'm like, I don't know. I wouldn't like do it again, like wouldn't undo it. I learned a lesson, but I also have never been steered wrong when I'm being my authentic self.
That's good.
And if this person can't survive my family, then they're definitely not it.
Yeah, your family is so much fun.
Yeah, they're amazing. So I'm like, if you can't vibe with that, then you ain't it, and that's okay. That and me, like, come on.
Oh man, I remember what's coming to mind right now is when I went over to your cousin's house, and I knew everybody was in there on the other side of the door, and my heart's like pounding. But I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this. It's gonna happen. You know, walk in, and I first get greeted by your aunt that lives in Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, and she's like, are we gonna hug? I think we're gonna hug. I'm like, oh my God, you're immediately so awesome.
She is another one of the Virgo queens in my life. Yeah, she's amazing. She's like my second mom. She fully embraced Margot, and I love that. She's like, I'll keep you on your toes still, but I'll embrace you at the same time.
She tells it like it is.
Oh,
Actually, that's your
yeah.
whole family, especially the women in your family. No BS with them.
No, they're very strong willed people, and I admire them all. And I've learned so much from every one of them. Yeah, they're awesome. I mean, we could talk about family for days because we both love family. I think I've mentioned that
Yeah.
too many times to count at this point on the pod, but family is important to us, and I love that. That was something we both knew about ourselves
Yeah.
and wanted in a partner.
Every family is different. And I definitely learned, like, okay, so your family and my family are alike in a lot of ways, but they are different in some ways too.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to shy away from that. I wanted to really zero in and get to know your family, like meet them where they're at with those different qualities.
Yeah.
And I learned new things. Not everyone is as expressive or animated as my family.
Mhm.
Your family can be. Don't get me wrong, they can be, but not as often as my family. It's like something out of Big Fat Greek Wedding where, okay, you have the husband's family, which is just his two parents. It's very quiet, reserved. Not saying that your family's that, but just to kind of over exaggerate the differences. And
Over exaggerate is key here.
it's one of my very lovable qualities. Air quotes, lovable. Yeah. So then on the other end, you have the wife's family, who's very touchy feely. Hey, embrace. Hey, who are you? Where are you from? Where are you about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
The cheese says. Just kidding.
I mean, nothing wrong with some juicy cheese, man.
We all have those family members.
Tea, and I love to.
Everyone has a little chismosa in them. Let's be real.
Yeah, but also like I have those quiet family members in my family too. Like my grandma, she loves her four walls, keeps to herself.
Yeah.
And some uncles too. But yeah, and then from the opposite end in your family too, they have their moments where they are very expressive.
Oh yeah. I mean, we are Latinos at the end of the day.
Yeah, and
There's
just full of
any-
flavor in life.
Yeah.
Like that
We're
pool
spicy.
party. You remember?
Yeah, that pool party was fun. That was a pool party where Marco got to grace his presence with my whole family. And they all got to meet him, and it was a wonderful weekend. He came out to California. He got to meet basically everyone for the first time. My parents, my siblings, my aunts, uncles.
Yeah.
It was the first time that I'd brought a guy home, really ever. I dated someone in high school, and he met some of my family, but that was like over a decade ago. So it was a big deal for me to let him in on that level. But back to the wisdom of others and elders who've already lived through life.
Mhm.
My aunt was like, "What do you have to lose, really? Like, it's better to know sooner than later if he vibes with everyone." And knowing that's important to me, I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna not get in my head that we've only been dating for like X many months and just kind of like trial by fire."
Sometimes it works. I definitely have friends that have been in relationships for timeline month wise months, and now they have like joint checking accounts.
Yeah, you really have to trust the timing of your own life, I think, and not
Yeah.
go off of what some BuzzFeed quiz says or like article online, like, or, just all of the other noise. Everyone has an opinion, but you have to trust your gut. So, what was the hardest part for you?
I come from a Midwest bubble, right? And what I learned in that bubble is all I knew. But I'm glad that I have parents who have common sense and like a black belt in telling it like it is. And they don't let the fact that I'm their son hold them back from giving me cold hard reality checks. So when we were dating long distance, and I told them about you, and on occasion they would check in, how's it going with Anissa? And I would tell them, sometimes it's difficult for me to wrap my head around different perspectives because of where, like, all I know is my own backyard. And my mom especially was saying, well, maybe this is your chance to see the outside world through someone else's eyes, right? And my dad piggybacked off of that and said I wouldn't have the opinions I have now or know the things I know now if it wasn't for your mom. So
I love them.
took that advice, and I also have my best friend that introduced us. Man, he's been giving me tough love since we were 9 years old.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
Probably needed it.
Oh, I definitely needed it. Yeah. So just communication and getting out of my own way was a huge challenge. Oh, habits die hard. They happen less and less, but I have my days where I get stubborn, stuck in my ways, and wait for the moment where I wake up either through like talking with my best friend or just looking back at past advice and just seeing things through your lens. So
Yeah.
communication and getting out of my own way were definitely two challenges, and yeah, still working and getting better at it today.
I love that. I love listening to your like thoughts and perspectives. Get to see it through your lens too.
Oh, and also navigating airport runs. When we're dating long distance.
He did well. He always tried like his hardest, and I love him for that. And he would just bring little surprises. He always had like a water for me, or when it was cold, he would bring me hot chocolate and a blanket because it was freezing AF. And but I always appreciated that. He always like offered to pick me up from the airport. He wasn't like, "Okay, see you later."
Wasn't like I'll call you a Lyft or an Uber. Nah, I want to go pick you up.
Which I honestly wouldn't have minded fully. Like, if you would have arranged me transportation, like, that's good on me too.
See, that's another thing that was new to me. I think I got a taste of like it's actually polite and doing the bare minimum if you call a ride.
Mhm.
When first time I lived in New York with my best friend when we were roommates, I was heading back to Illinois, and he's like, "I'm gonna arrange an Uber for you in the morning." And all right, man, I'll see you. He was like saying his goodbyes right there. And I was like, wait, you're not gonna get up? I'm like, dude, this car gets here at 6 a.m. I'm not getting up. He was like, no, this is like I'm doing a good thing for you here, just because I don't get up in the morning.
Yeah,
You know.
still a nice gesture.
Yeah. So, but yeah, when you were visit me in Illinois, no, I wanted to go pick you up. You know.
Yeah, I appreciated that. It is a nice personal touch. Communicating is key to any relationship, and I know we really worked on that on both of our ends because that was the main form of how we were able to connect for the first few months. Like it was a lot of text or FaceTime or phone calls. I feel like they gradually progressed, but I liked that we were both putting the effort in, and that was not new for me, but was something that I know I needed. I needed someone that I felt like was in it because sometimes I had dated people where I was putting a lot of the effort in and I was more invested, and I didn't want to keep repeating that same old pattern anymore. So I'm so happy that we came into each other's lives. And I would say towards the end of us being long distance, a challenge for me sometimes was not seeing you as much. Like I wanted to spend more time with you, and I would get so I would be so bittersweet when we would have our time together. We were at this point seeing each other, I think, like once a month, which was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, every like 4 to 6 weeks, and I feel like we were spending a good amount of time together. It was just I wanted more.
Me too.
I by the end of the year, I was like, okay, this has been fun, but I could also see a world in which we're together all the time, and that would be really fun. So I'm glad we came to terms with that together.
Me too.
Because it is a change going from being long distance and you having your own space and
Huge change.
to deciding to like live together. And yeah, there's just
Going from there, yeah. And that living together, you face a whole nother set of challenges.
yeah, then you're together 24/7. You're like, whoa, I'm really in it.
Both of our names are on the lease. Oh my god.
Right? This is our place. It is different.
Different, yeah.
Was there anything that surprised you about what helped us stay close?
Honestly, no, because it was so easy to just talk to you, you know?
Mm,
And I think after we started like texting, it was an everyday thing that we talked from there to like present day. We talked every day.
yeah.
Yeah. And I just got excited to talk to you every day. I think in between we had a day or two where we were like, hey, I'm super busy or XYZ. Can't text you tomorrow.
Yeah.
All that. But nothing that surprised me that helped this work, but more calming to know. For example, when we got to the point where we really started to get deep into conversation and get to know each other on a deeper level, yeah, I would share with you and you would talk back, but you would accept what I just told you
Yeah.
so easily. You know, don't get me wrong, if something was a red flag, you would vocalize it.
For sure.
Yeah,
She's not afraid to use her voice over here.
there you go. Exactly. But when we would have deep conversations, it was just like ping pong, you know, just one side talks and the other side, and one side would listen, the other side would listen, and we just accepted each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love this. Was this a surprise to you?
Okay, I mean, if something like that, yeah, the amount of acceptance for each other that we have, that I guess did surprise me. And just because of my past experiences, yeah, I would get to a point and that person was like, okay, this is where I get off.
Yeah.
But not you. You were like, okay, let's unpack that, you know?
Yeah.
And you would, okay, I've been there also. here was my experience. Okay. She's still here. All right. Still alive.
I love you, honey. Yeah, I think what I learned, life is about learning, and I learned how to communicate better, and that was a challenge at times, but also learned from you to like meet someone where they're at and in a way that's still authentic to myself, but also to that keeps them in mind. Because sometimes we don't do that as people. We don't meet people where they're at.
Yeah. I've
Uh,
definitely had moments.
Yeah, I've had moments there too. I feel like I learned and practiced that, and I learned some of that from you. Well, I know I'm a great communicator, but I'm still learning, you know?
Well, you're human.
Yeah. And I love to see you being authentic to yourself because it always inspires me to keep doing that for me too. We're on a roll over here. Tips and practical stuff that people should know. If someone's about to start long distance dating, what's one thing you would tell them?
Don't lie to yourself. It's so easy to do that. It's so easy to lie to yourself. Like, have an honest conversation with yourself. And if after that deep dive into your own truths, you still have that excitement or whatever good feeling, it doesn't have to be specific to just excitement or spark or whatever. If as long as you have that good feeling after looking at yourself in the mirror and really diving deep, yeah, go for it. Dive in, you know, see where the chemistry takes you. And look, if it doesn't work out, at least you met a dope person, you know?
For sure. I'm gonna start playing the music for you.
What was in Sábado Gigante? Y fuera.
Need a buzzer for Marco. We're like, you've answered this eloquently.
Adrian Brody, eat your heart out.
I think that's very wise. I love to see how we approach these questions differently because it's just different perspectives, right? I would say to someone who's open to long distance dating to take a chance. You never know what's going to happen. And if you have a great connection, that's a win-win. And just go from there. Take it, take a chance on it.
Yeah, I love that answer.
Thank you. Yeah, many times we tell ourselves we can't do something, and it's like we're just dictating then what's going to happen next. You know what I mean? Well, maybe not like what's going to happen next, but we're just being closed off to something that could happen.
Yeah, definitely. People do that. They close themselves to the chance. They look for reasons not to go for it. But you could try looking for the reasons to go for it.
Yeah, you can't lead with fear. I love talking to you. It's very fun.
This is fun.
How did we balance growing individually without growing apart?
Ooh, individually. Do you want to start?
Okay.
I'm excited to hear your answer.
I would say we both have a growth mindset, so that's helpful. We also realize how important it is to remain an individual because that's who each other fell in love with, us like as an individual person, you know. We have our own dreams and desires, and we support and encourage each other to keep growing into our authentic selves.
I love that. Authentic self. Love that. I've always wanted you to stay your authentic self. I don't know. I just never wanted you to feel pressure to do something that you don't want to do.
Thank you for that.
So I love that we give each other the space to grow as individuals. Our identity is not our relationship.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we are on the same page about that. I feel like that's how we balance growing as individuals without growing apart because we both remember how important it is for us to like stay true to our authentic selves.
Definitely. And I love that we give each other the space to do that for the other person.
Yes.
So
Okay, I love that.
yeah. Like while cultivating your inner garden and nurturing your personal evolution, that's paramount. A partnership, like it really blossoms from understanding that the other person's landscape needs tending to also.
Yeah.
You know? And you can't do it all for them.
Yeah, that's also true. We know sometimes we try to do it for others, and it's like you can only lead a horse to water.
Yeah.
We can only control ourselves. Can't control other people.
Exactly.
Or what they do.
Right? You can't control another person. And I've never wanted to ever.
What boundaries or routines helped us? I'm happy to start this one too. These are some of my thoughts.
Mhm.
And Marco's going to get the credit for one of them because it was his idea.
Mm.
Weekly check ins. We started doing them on Fridays. They were like an opportunity for us to check in as just as individuals and also in our relationship, like how the other person was feeling. And it has always been a safe space. So I appreciate that. And he put it on our calendar. And I feel like you spearheaded us doing those. So thank you. That's a routine that we've had that helped us stay connected every week. Even when there's a chaotic week or something's happening, we still take the time. Couples therapy, something that we've talked about. We watched the show and are currently paused on it as we record this. But we also have been going for the past few months, and I think it's been really helpful.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing has to be wrong for a couple to go to couples therapy. It's an opportunity to get to know the other person in a safe environment.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't know everything. I haven't been in a relationship in over 10 years prior to being in one with you. So there's a lot to be learned in navigating life. And there are people that go to school and like live their lives and have all this like knowledge and expertise. So I geek out on what I can learn from therapy as well. Just how to be a better partner and how to also keep showing up for myself. Date nights love me a podcast as well. So listening to podcasts about relationships and like watching TV shows like Married at First Sight, Social Experiments. How did you deal with missing each other or feeling disconnected?
How did I deal with it? Oh man, I missed you so much. I just let you immediately wanted to tell you. I just let you know. Let the other person know. It doesn't have to be a direct and miss your face, you know?
Yeah. Even though I love it, I miss your face.
Although that is nice.
I would tell Margo that sometimes I miss your face.
But just don't keep it to yourself. I mean, don't go over the top either, but find that sweet balance and communicate. I miss you. You know, let them know in subtle ways too, with words and technology. I mean, it can be asking how your day was, or like a perfectly timed funny meme that says "You're on my mind." Yeah, share a little piece of your world, like what's lighting you up, and then lean in to hear about theirs. You know, FaceTime dates, creative online games. Like, do you remember that trivia that you set up?
Yeah.
An online date. Husband was sleeping. We're just trying so hard not to laugh.
I signed up for an Airbnb experience. I was trying to find a creative way for Margot and I to virtually date without it being a FaceTime because we had done a FaceTime already. And I was like, all right, we gotta like throw some experiences in here. So it was super funny because I thought maybe it would be like with other people, but it ended up just being me and him. There were so many awkward moments, but we laughed with each other through it, and I feel like it brought us closer.
Yeah, I do feel like it brought us closer. I feel like we leaned into those awkward moments, and we were like looking at the, because she was like very over the top. I mean, it's her job. I get it. Yes, but I think we both like darted eyes at each other and like, okay, yeah, this is happening. All right.
Oh yeah, there was a moment when she tried to pit us against each other, and I was like, "What is happening?" It was so wild, but good experience nonetheless. And I +1 to everything that you said.
Awesome.
And decide on an ideal length of time apart.
Give each other the space to miss each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and come to a mutual decision. Like we decided together, okay, this is how many weeks each of us feels comfortable going without seeing each other, and that's how we kind of
Yeah.
decided how often, and we took turns. Like Marco would come to New York,
Hmm.
I would go to Chicago. It was a give and take, and I appreciated that because I was like, you are not gonna get my ass just to start traveling all the time. Like this is a two-way street over here. Like, there's planes that go both ways.
Oh, that would have been fair. Like, no, you come to me.
Yeah, so we did that after a few months. I think after the first couple times that we saw each other, and then we decided that I liked that we both didn't expect a lot out of that person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like we let each other go at our own pace, and we weren't. And I love a slow burn. You know?
Yeah, I mean, we really gave each other that space to just let things happen when they happen. You know?
Yeah. So know what you want, I would say. Have a sense. It always helps when we know what we want. We're not just doing what the other person wants.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to use your voice.
Coping with missing each other. Use your voice. Say it to them. Say it often.
Oh, I love that. I love thinking about that whole time of falling in love. There's lots of good memories. I could geek out about it for days.
Me too, but then we'd be here till tomorrow.
I know. And we can't have that this time. So we'll be back for more episodes. In the meantime, what did that season of life teach you about love or partnership?
Oh man. Don't assume. Oh my god, I'll say that so long. Blue in the face. Don't assume. I struggled with that based off like past experiences or just habits I saw forming. Instead of communicating it, I would assume this is gonna happen just like the last time. This was one of those tough times that we got through together. I didn't give you the space to grow whenever I would do that. And that's on me. And yeah.
Mm,
So don't assume. You never know. They might surprise you. If there's like a habit forming, but you want that person to grow, give them that chance to grow. And if you keep assuming, that chance gets farther and farther away. And I know from having anxiety and a creative, sometimes self-destructive imagination, it's easy to spiral,
yeah,
especially in a relationship. Don't assume you know everything about your person. As life goes on, that person you're with also continues to evolve as a human.
facts.
It doesn't stop when you get in a relationship. You keep growing as a person, together and as a person.
I love this. And I plus one all of that. I love you.
I love you too.
Isn't he wonderful? Look at this. Don't assume. Honestly, low key, high key, this is one of my pet peeves. But that's because you can't read people's minds, right? I tell Marco, I can't read your mind. You cannot read my mind. Boy, if you try to assume, you're really gambling over here.
Also, you can read my mind, okay? You can't actually read my mind, but you can read my face. I won't say anything, but you'll see it all on my face.
It's all over his face, people.
I can't hide my expressions at all.
Yeah, and she's good at readings.
Yeah.
It's a gift and a curse sometimes. I love your answer. Did distance change what you need in a relationship?
Distance changed what I needed in a relationship. Do you want to start? Or I don't mind going, but if you have an answer ready.
Okay, sure. I could take a whack at this one.
Yeah.
I would say it did not change what I need. And that's because I knew I needed someone who accepted me for me. And distance doesn't really have an impact in that.
You knew what you wanted and still want like in a relationship. So if it didn't change what you needed, that's an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, it changed my perspective, and I like through the long distance, it gave me the space to see that I value my time with myself.
Okay.
You know, I would go see you. We would have a great time, and then I would, like, on the plane ride back to Illinois, my recharge phase would start.
Okay.
You know, I would throw up an audiobook, watch one of my favorite movies, and just get back to neutral. But as soon as I landed, not even as soon as I landed, after that, I would miss you immediately. So just to give me the space I needed with myself to recharge, but also how much I can really miss a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as I landed and text you, hey, made it, and you would text back, I got excited to see your name on my phone. I would look back at the pictures we took and start to miss you. So long distance definitely gave me that best of both worlds. Like, okay, I had fun. Now the calm down. Also like, oh, I want to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fun time while it lasted. I enjoyed it.
I don't know about you, but the fun times are still going.
Times are still going. I
Okay.
just mean we were long distance. It
Oh.
was like fun. Yeah, it was the best of both worlds sometimes, and I loved that.
Yeah.
Lots of good memes. How did we keep it fun and connected, even from afar? I know we've talked a little bit about the virtual dates, but maybe if you're listening to this and you're one of my parents, turn it off now.
Hang on, hang on. We're gonna connect on the level here. You
Or
have to
I'll,
switch it off. I know I've said some out of pocket
mm,
left field stuff in your family circle in the past. Still apologizing for that. But no, I mean, what we did was big opinions on small details. Like, okay, let me see.
you were warned.
Looking at communicating with each other as like another adventure to just explore each other's brains, you know, pick each other's brains. So, okay, when we talked about Prince and Michael Jackson,
He's an ultimate nerd, so he's gonna nerd out first. I love it. Yes. We don't talk about MJ. We can't condone some of these life choices, but yes,
was he a
his
great performer? Yes. Was he also odd in his personal life? Also, yes.
odd is how we're going to call it.
Oh, okay, you chime in.
Allegedly, you know.
Okay. I'm not defending the guy, okay? I'm not defending him. Look, I was just as shocked watching the documentary as anyone else, okay? I was like, dude, what are you doing? Anyway, yeah, like the color purple, we would talk about that and how I would say that that's one of my favorite colors. Here's why. Because I'm more of a Prince fan than Michael Jackson. Why I'm more of a Prince fan? Because of my family. You know, weekends when I was a kid, get up to clean. When Doves Cry would blast through my parents' speakers, you know.
Yeah.
And we're off to the races with a conversation. See, the color purple triggered something like that. So huge opinions on small details.
Yeah.
I think I like that. That's how we kept it fun.
Yes, you're very right, and I like that too. We can talk about so many things and have a lot of opinions, like in the best ways, film, TV, music.
Oh yeah, you'll catch me still googling the actors in the movie that we're watching in real time.
Yeah, I feel like we have a love of the arts, and we
Visit a lot of museums together.
can talk about almost anything under the sun, even things that are a little risque. So I love that, and that keeps it fun. You know, just gotta live for your inner child sometimes. I sure do with you. Obviously, we're adults, but
Says
still have
who?
time for play,
Says who?
and having fun is what I plan to have for the rest of my life.
Oh, same.
And I love that we give each other space to do that as individuals too. I feel like that keeps us connected
Definitely does.
because we're helping each other live our best lives. Sharing our experiences when we were afar was also fun. Sometimes Marco would be telling me about some open mic he was going to, and I'd be like vicariously living through him. Or I was going to trivia, and he'd be vicariously living through me.
And then I remember when we and then your best friend, we went to trivia, and I had just the best time. And even was it just going to meet all of your friends?
Yeah, that was really fun.
Fun experience. Fun experience.
That was really nice. Marco and I lived in New York for a few months, and that's when it was our first apartment.
There you go.
And he got to meet some of my friends, and it was awesome because I had spent my whole time in New York City pretty much single, like dated here and there, but it never made it to you're my boyfriends.
And then you met me.
And then the rest was history, you know? If you could go back, what advice would you give your past self?
Ooh.
We're in our growth mindset era, and I feel like we're staying here indefinitely, in my opinion. So, yeah, what advice would you give to your past self if you could go back? Like future you now. Sometimes I think about that.
It's a good thought, you know. I would say this person has so much that she can show you. You just have to get out of your own way. So get out of your own way.
That's deep. I love this. Bringing the truth bombs. I think I would tell my past self to be open to the universe. Don't expect anything. And trust your gut.
Okay,
Have fun.
I can dig it.
Have fun. Falling in love should be fun. You know, there's work in it, but
There will always be work. Again, my best friend, he said it best. Like anyone can, enjoy the good times of a relationship, the early on honeymoon phase, and a couple wants to start a family. You can have a family with anyone. It's the tough times that really define the relationship. That's what separates the people who last from the people that don't. They don't let the tough times take them down.
yeah. And that can feel so hard sometimes, you know?
For sure. Yeah.
So be ready to be in it with someone fully, and hopefully someone will be in it with you too. Because I'm not preaching over here that everyone needs to be in a relationship. I don't believe that. I think it's perfectly acceptable to be alone and happy. And I know that I was living my best goddamn life when I was also alone, and I was very happy. So Marco came into my life and added happiness, but he's not like my purpose to live. So
That's a lot of pressure.
well, it's not that way, okay? I am all for choosing your own happiness, and think, if you also want to be in a relationship, cool for you, and be open to the universe. Put out to the universe what you want. Sometimes we forget to put those vibes out.
Yeah, it's very easily forgotten to just vocalize it, say it to the universe, and it'll come back. Sometimes not in the way that you want, but all the same, it'll come back.
True that. I believe in that too. Do you have any final advice for anyone listening who's in a long distance relationship right now?
In moments of frustration, keep kindness in front of you. Try your best. Very much easier said than done, but you practice, you'll get better at it.
I love this so much, and I wholeheartedly agree. It's so important to be kind to ourselves and to others. And it's cheesy, but I do think that quote, like, love is patient, love is kind, is what love is, because it is going to test you, and relationships are going to test you, and life itself does.
Oh yeah.
And kindness can go a long way.
Yeah, a friend of mine back in Illinois, she gave me that advice in moments of frustration. Not just like in the moments that I was frustrated, like if we were, in a disagreement, you and me, and she was like an ear listening, but she just said in general, like the world that we live in now in modern society and the political climate of things, everybody trying to tear each other apart. I mean, it's not a bad or crazy idea to try to keep things connected and together through kindness.
True that.
So shout out to her. If she's hearing this, I'll text you later and say that was you who told me that.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, it's so important. My therapist reminds me sometimes it's important to practice these things like kindness and gratitude when we're not in a devastated state of mind. Like, normalize it, do it, make it a habit. It doesn't only have to be when we're like facing some terrible thing and we use it to get through that. It should be like an everyday thing. I love that. I definitely feel like I preach that and practice it.
Oh, I see how kind of a
I'm
person you are.
gonna toot my own horn because it's true. Because it's hard some days, and we're not perfect over here. But kindness, I feel like it's such a low bar. I could go on for days. We're all about spreading gratitude at precisely nowhere, and practicing it helps spread it. Tell us one thing you're grateful for. And if you want to give us 1 to 3, because I know you can do that.
Okay. Getting to witness my best friend express himself creatively through DJing. You interviewed him and he made it as a finalist in the DJ competition. He uploaded his mixes on SoundCloud and listening to them, he's dope, man. He's dope. He's good at this. He's very good. Since being on winter break from school, spending more time with you. Also,
That's sweet, honey.
how about you?
How about me? Wow, look at that. He's turning it over to me. I'm grateful for my family. One of my brothers is moving across the country,
Yeah.
and I get all in my feels, but I'm very grateful for being able to spend time with them. I'm just grateful that, I'm in a space that allows me to do that. And I'm going to be off of work and off of the pod so I can intentionally spend some time with my family before things change. That's life.
Yeah.
And this episode is coming out in January, so it will already have passed, but I am still grateful for that.
Yeah. Your family's awesome.
I'm grateful that you get to spend time with them too.
Thank you. I enjoyed spending time with them.
Marco's leaned in 100% over here, and I'm very happy about that. Like, gotta be happy about someone leaning into their family. It's a lovely thing. It's not perfect over here. I'm not trying to put that out, but it's pretty good. We gotta count our blessings when we have them,
Yeah.
Tell the listeners where they can find you.
Primarily on Instagram. It's at midnight_mind80. Midnight spelled MIDNITE. And SoundCloud too. Same handle, midnight space mind.
We'll put both links in the episode description so you can easily find Marco and follow for fun content and great mixes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming back. It's always a good time. We can talk for ages, and I love that. And I love you.
I love you too. Thank you for having me. I had fun.
I'm glad. I had fun too. I hope you enjoy this episode. Please send it to a friend. Give them the nudge that they need, because let's be real, sometimes people need it. I love you all. Thank you for listening. Talk soon.
Music done by Marco. You can find him at midnight, MIDNITE_mind80 on Instagram.